Hey guys, ZFR back here again today, and I have some pretty disturbing news, at least for me. Now this might not actually come as a surprise to some of you, but I'm not gonna lie. The last few months when it came to Destiny, I wasn't really thinking about it. Now as all you know, I promise this isn't like a rant on things that should be better in Destiny or anything like that. Now, for the last few months, you guys know I have been really on the developers' back about things they need to change in this game and what this game needs to become and everything, and what they have to do eventually. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie, through all the madness, I kind of forgot that Activision was the one getting the last word in on everything. I forgot about that. I'm not going to deny. And I just like to apologize to Bungee if I said anything that wasn't really their fault. Like if I blamed them for something, it wasn't entirely their fault. And the reason I'm getting into this because I now that I look at this, it's very possible Activision ruined this game. All right. Now I'm gonna say it like this. I was pretty much on the internet doing some research on Destiny. Trying to get some information from about the Taken King and everything. And while doing this, I kind of ran across like a bunch of different a bunch of different videos and articles and stuff talking about a lot of different things going on with Destiny, or that were going on with Destiny before the game launched. And there's some really interesting stuff in here. Like for instance, one of the original builds for Destiny actually had a good story. Like, listen to this story that they were talking about, guys. So basically, the Traveler was this giant space orb, like it is right now, like, and pretty much it would use the Vex, who are the robots in the game that you fight. It would use them to travel through the create new dimensions and timelines and everything. And it would jump through these timelines, going planet to planet, or just going solar system to solar system, and it would unleash the darkness onto that solar system. And then it would kind of just show up out of nowhere, like, "Hey guys, I'm about to save you." You know that old that old move from the books right there. And the Traveler would pretty much then be praised by the people of that solar system for rescuing them and everything. And then it would leave and go on to the next solar system, and it would do this over and over again, unleashing the darkness on solar systems just so it can save them. And pretty much this sounds so much better. And pretty much of course that meant that the Traveler was evil, and pretty much you were going to be a guardian once the Traveler reached our solar system and Earth. Alright? And pretty much once the Guardians were born, your character, the character you play as, runs across another character in the game. I think his or her name was Crow, I believe. And pretty much this character knows the truth about the Traveler, and you team up with him to help him get the truth out, or to defeat the Traveler or whatever. And the game ends with you going inside of the Traveler and killing it and whatever, all that kinds of stuff. But yeah, obviously that's interesting. And there was a lot of other things different about the game. Like, for instance, like, obviously a lot of stuff that's in the DLC was supposed to be in the original game. There's no doubt about it, because some of the DLC stuff is actually shown in the very first trailers of Destiny. Like the reef from House of Wolves, guys. Like that social zone was shown in the very first trailer for Destiny, alright? And so was the ability to wear your helmet in social zones. Like, so we know those things were in the game before. But my point with all this is, if all of this sounded so great, I just can't see Bungie, someone who created Halo, I just can't see them stripping away all of that for what we have now. Like, I just can't see that. I can't see it. I just don't think that's a Bungie move. Like, I feel like Bungie is a lot more. I feel like they're smarter than that, first of all, because that's just a dumb move in my opinion. But what I'm getting at here is, I think Activision made them script a lot of this stuff. And this is what a lot of other people are thinking too, actually. Like, this is what a lot of other people think. It's definitely possible because, you know, Activision, they are a company. You know, Activision, at the end of the day, they care about that money. Um, and to be honest, instead of putting everything in the original game like they were supposed to, it would have been a lot cheaper to make a game with practically no story, and then the little bit of story and stuff it did have, it would be way easier to split that up into 3 parts, put the biggest chunk as the main game, and make the other 2 parts of the game that were supposed to be the actual game in the first place, put that as DLC, and just sell it like that, and then bring the Taken King out at the end of the year. Yeah. See, the Taken King, I feel like that should have been like, I feel like, even though you've heard me say it was free, it should have been free a bunch of times. Like, at the end of the day, the only reason I really said that is because they've already made us pay for House of Wolves and The Dark Below. They trick people into buying that when those aren't really worth it. And if those were a part of the main game to begin with, which they, like I said, they obviously were. House of Wolves gameplay was in the first trailer for Destiny, the very first reveal trailer, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure it was, if not like the second or third trailer for the game. But yeah, so this is pretty interesting. And like I said, I got this information from different videos and stuff around the internet, and different articles. So I'm not 100% sure if it's reliable, but I'm pretty sure it's reliable. I'm pretty sure, because even if it isn't, I've been saying this stuff since the game launched, or pretty much for the last few months, like since the Taken King and everything was announced. Like, I've been saying this. I already knew that the DLC was originally part of the game. Like, I already knew that. Because I already knew that huge parts of the original game were missing, because obviously there was a lot of stuff in the trailers that did not make it into the full game. So I already knew. You didn't have to tell me. But yeah, so at the bottom line, I'm saying Activision probably is the one that ruined Destiny, that stopped Destiny from being something a lot better than it is. And that's pretty messed up. And when I think about it like that, I kind of wonder if they're the reason Call of Duty stays the way it is. Like, I kind of wonder about that. Like, is it possible Treyarch and Sledgehammer and I forget the other one, Infinity Ward, I think, is it possible they want to do something different with Call of Duty each year, or they want to make like a open world Call of Duty, or a World War II Call of Duty and stuff like that? Is it possible they want to do all these things but they can't because Activision has the last say in everything and all they care about is the money? I honestly think that that's definitely a possibility. I do. And pretty much a little bit of insight and proof to back up all these facts that I just spoke about Destiny is a lot of people think that this right here, the fact that Activision had such a tight hand on the development of the game, and that they did not want too much in the game, that they did not want Bungie to make the game too great at the beginning, because they want to save money and everything. They want it their way or the highway. A lot of people think this is why all those random people are just leaving Bungie at the last second. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but a lot of people left Bungie before Destiny launched. Like, I think the one of them was actually like the lead writer or something, which would explain that loss of story. But yeah, like, but yeah, a lot of people left, and that's probably the reason why. I have to say, this really sucks, because at the end of the day, it really is just hurting us, the gamers, and we actually support these companies. Like, we support Activision with Destiny, we support Activision with Call of Duty, and whatever other games they have. Like, I know they have the rights or something to Spider-Man games, maybe. I know their logo is always on them, and they have a bunch of other games that they got their hands on out there. But yeah, at the end of the day, I have to say, like, Activision, that's those real criminals right there behind the scenes. Like, people talk a lot of trash about gaming companies like EA and everything, but I gotta say, at least EA does what they think is best for their players. Like, even though I know they're still a company at the end of the day, and you know they care about that money just as much, but at least they give their developers a little more freedom in the game, at least. And you know they do, because you always see, because you just saw DICE release a bunch of free DLC for Battlefield 4, a bunch of free DLC, new weapons. They're getting ready to release some new maps and stuff. And how many times can you say that about Call of Duty? Maybe you can say they release one or two free weapons. You never seen them go out and release like 2 or 3 maps for free, or like 4 weapons or anything, or just something cool in Call of Duty. Like, you never seen them give you basically a free DLC in any of their games. But anyway, guys, I'm about to stop ranting about this right now, because I know I said I wasn't. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please tell me what you guys think about this in the comments below. Tell me if you think that some of this might not be true, or tell me if you're kind of worried about this because you're a fan of Call of Duty or Destiny or any other games Activision has rights to and everything. Just please comment about it, because it's really messed up in my opinion. But nonetheless, I'm going to be buying the Taken King DLC, just because it looks like it's going to put Destiny where it was supposed to be. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. ZFR out, guys.